Are you a people pleaser? By that, I mean, do you say yes to things that you don't want to do? You go along with stuff because you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want someone to dislike you. You really just want to fit in, or you're afraid that maybe if you don't say yes to the thing, the consequences will mean that there'll be some sort of conflict or something that will be in some way unpleasant. The thing about saying yes to the things that we really don't want to do is that after a while, we can feel a little bit resentful. And I think that most humans would really prefer that they're liked. But you know what? It isn't possible to be liked by everyone. So if that's the reason for going along with something, it's going to be someone that doesn't like you. It's unreasonable to think that we'd like everyone, isn't it? But the other thing is that there's a cost. It takes enormous energy to please other people, to say yes, especially if it really, really goes against our beliefs, or it just puts us in danger, maybe, or in some way just really feels out of integrity. There are all sorts of ways that we can try and please people, say yes to those things that perhaps don't really serve us. And when we do, the cost is really significant. So it's worth asking yourself, what is it I'm saying yes to that really doesn't serve me, that actually doesn't make me feel good about myself? What is? What are those things that I'm saying yes to? Who am I saying yes to? And why am I saying yes? Is it because I'm afraid I'll lose my job? Is it because I'm afraid that my partner won't like it? Is it that I'm afraid my friends won't like me anymore, or I'll be a terrible parent? Whatever those reasons are that you do what you do, you say yes to things you say yes to. If you don't get really clear about the cost to you, the energy, the feeling of it not being okay, the resentment, any of those things, then it's easy to carry on doing what you're doing. But ultimately, it's going to catch up with you. So I challenge you to think about who you say yes to when you really want to say no and why you do it. And then ask yourself, am I willing to say no? And maybe at the beginning, that'll be hard. Saying no sounds so harsh. I mean, when we were children, we didn't like hearing no. We heard it so many times. We have a thing about hearing the word no, but it's really, really powerful and very, very valid. And it might be sometimes that you're asked to do something and you say yes in the moment, but actually, if you give yourself a little bit of time, you might not say yes. So, for instance, if your boss asks you to work late or to do extra work, you can say, can I get back to you? I'm not sure right now. Can I get back to you? Would it be okay if I let you know by 4 o'clock this afternoon? And then make sure you do exactly that by 4 o'clock that afternoon. You get back to your boss or whoever with the answer. It's really fine to take your time. It's really important to be doing what serves you. And I'm not talking about in a selfish way, because ultimately, by pleasing other people, we get to be last on the list. And actually, when we start to look at what works for us, to please ourselves, not in a selfish way, but to really say yes to things that serve us and no the things that don't, we start to really take our power back and feel good about who we are. So saying yes powerfully or saying no powerfully makes a difference between us being happy and not being happy. And maybe now saying no ultimately is going to make you a lot happier.